All right, listen to this. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani is doubling down on his sanctuary city policies. The Democratic Socialist executive orders now limit when ICE agents can go into the city operated spaces like schools, shelters, and hospitals. Our CB Cotton is live in New York to break all of this down for us. So what does this all mean?
Hey, Aisha. Yeah, for the second time in less than 2 weeks, New York leaders are positioning themselves against immigration enforcement. As you mentioned, this time it's New York City's Democratic Socialist Mayor Zohran Mamdani signing an executive order to reiterate the Big Apple's sanctuary policies, which require ICE agents to have a judicial warrant before entering a city property such as a school, shelter, or hospital. Mamdani's executive order also requires city agencies to review their own internal policies to ensure compliance with sanctuary law. When announcing his directive yesterday, the mayor slammed ICE as a, quote, rogue agency, and he accused ICE agents of this.
Masked agents paid by our own tax dollars violate the Constitution and visit terror upon our neighbors. They arrive as if atop a pale horse, and they leave a path of wreckage in their wake.
So DHS responded, slamming Mayor Mamdani in a statement and accusing him of, quote, turning New York City into a shield for violent criminal illegal aliens to reoffend and create more innocent victims, end quote. The agency says there are more than 7,000 non-citizens with active ICE detainers who are currently in custody of a jurisdiction within New York State. According to DHS, these people have criminal records that include homicide, assault, and sexual predatory offenses. Mamdani's executive order upholding sanctuary city laws comes just a week after Governor Kathy Hochul announced a policy proposal that would bar local police across the state from working with ICE. Aisha.
Okay, thank you so much, CB. Well, the clock is ticking to fund the Department of Homeland Security. Lawmakers are scrambling. Yes, they're scrambling to reach an agreement again before a government shutdown. It's looking unlikely in time to avoid a government shutdown. We are reliving this nightmare all over again. Florida Congressman Mike Haridopolos joins me now with more on these negotiations. So both sides, it sounds like, have accepted the fact that later this week, we're going to shut down again. But is anyone surprised? Is anyone shocked that Democrats came back with a brand new list of demands that did not agree with the Senate agreement?
Well, you're exactly right. This is simple Democrat politics. They have nothing to run on right now. It's chaos in the streets in New York City. They have to defend the Biden economic policies that have failed. And so what do? They want chaos every single day. And so they make these ridiculous demands on us. And what we're going to do is simply keep the government open and do it the right way. But we're not going to give in to the, I would say, the ransom note to give from the earlier story from the other side. We are a party of adults, and we want to get things done right. And it's the reason why we've seen the economic comeback the last year, because we finally put people first instead of sending all the power up to Washington.
But there were Republicans, to be fair, that saw this coming, Congressman. And Liz Elkind, our brilliant reporter on Fox Digital, tweeted this. House conservatives were telling her they were quietly fuming about Trump's deal with Senate Democrats. And one of them said, "We shot ourselves in the foot, and 9 days later, we'll do it again," one member told her. How are we in a better negotiating position in 2 weeks? The only difference will be time. At the end of the day, I'm worried that we're going to make a lot of concessions that we don't normally make. Was this a bad deal to begin with, that you just keep giving them more time, giving them more time, giving them more time to try to get as much as they can?
Well, I'd be worried about if we had no funding for ICE and other groups that are so essential to lock up these bad guys. I mean, DHS just put a website called wow.dhs.gov that outlines all of these criminals, murderers, rapists, drug dealers, child molesters. These are real people on the street, and they're only there for one reason, because sanctuary cities let them back into the community, and now the ICE agents have to extract them from those communities, despite the fact that law enforcement won't even help them out. That's why you need more ICE agents. So that said, we still have complete funding to make sure that ICE, we did this back in July, so that's no worry there. But here's the problem. What about those TSA agents? What about the Coast Guard? Those are the ones that I'm worried about right now. Those folks put their lives on the line for us every day, and the Democrats just want to play politics.
Very quickly here, it looks like the House is poised to vote on the new SAVE Act this week. And then it's going to go to the Senate.
It is, and this adds photo ID. 14 states don't allow photo ID at this point. That's the right thing to do. I'm a proud co-sponsor. We're going to push this through. And this is why the Senate needs to say, the heck with the filibuster. The Democrats don't care about
You want them to
policy
blow
anymore.
up the filibuster.
We're at that point. I'm a history teacher, and I understand the reason for a filibuster, but it has exhausted itself. We need to govern, and the Democrats have no interest in governing anymore.
Okay. You represent a district that is, I think, the coolest district because you got to go down to Florida, the Kennedy Center, and see the Artemis mission taking us back to the moon in so many years. Hit a bit of a snag this month, but it looks like it's on set to be scheduled to take off in March. Is it going to take off, you think? And you brought some pictures with us.
Well, I am so psyched. I got to admit, I am in the coolest district in the country.
It is.
We literally launch rockets every day. And as Pink Floyd was saying, we're going to the dark side of the moon in about a month. It's pretty exciting. About 250 million miles out to the moon, 25,000 miles an hour re-entry. It's an amazing thing. We are, again, leading the world in space. These are amazing American heroes. The 4 astronauts are going to take us up there. We can't wait to see this beautiful sight. And make sure, remember that Trump said it perfectly. We can't be #1 on Earth if we're #2 in space.
You were down there with the Secretary of War checking things out. Is everything going to be safe and sound before we send these American astronauts
That
to
is
the moon?
rule one. Jared Isaacman's done a fantastic job. We talked about it last week. Leave no chance here. This is about safety first. That's what NASA's #1 mission, protect those astronauts. And the warmer it gets, the safer they'll be. And remember, this is not a common launch. The last time we put up Artemis 1 was 2022. We want to make sure this is a picture-perfect one. And soon, we'll be landing back on the moon in just a few years.
Well, Congressman, I hope you invite me to the launch. I would love to take the show down to the Kennedy Center.
Consider yourself invited.
Okay. Congressman, great to see you. Happy Saturday.
Always a pleasure.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.